For the past few years, tension has been rising in the city of Escondido. Latino leaders and activists believe DUI checkpoints in the city double as immigration checkpoints and target the Latino community. The police department and city leaders state that the checkpoints are making the streets safer. Bill Flores, a retired assistant San Diego County sheriff and resident of Escondido, has led the charge against the police department and the checkpoints.
The Escondido Police was becoming an agent of the immigration authorities, and that's what destroyed the relationship between the Latino community in this city and the Escondido Police Department.
The Escondido chief of police says that he's a friend of the Latino community and has worked to build bridges.
Like I said, we've tried for many years to reach out to the immigrant community because they shouldn't have to fear their government. They shouldn't have to fear their police. We're here to protect them as much and just the same as anyone else.
ICE asked the local law enforcement agencies if they can station ICE agents in their headquarters, and not one of them took them up on their offer except Escondido.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, also known as ICE, have an exclusive agreement with the city of Escondido known as Operation Joint Effort and have their office within the Escondido Police Department.
It is clear from this close relationship that the goal of the Escondido Police is immigration enforcement. It's not a prioritization of the most important public safety issues in Escondido.
The DUI checkpoints are funded through a grant by California's Office of Traffic Safety, and according to Escondido Police, the state-funded checkpoints are intended to reduce the number of people killed and injured in alcohol-involved collisions. None of their documents publicizing the DUI checkpoints indicate that they will be checking immigration status as well. The chief of police admits that he uses the DUI checkpoints as an opportunity to check for immigration status.
It's possible for somebody at the checkpoint to get stopped, to be suspected of being illegal, and we'll notify ICE. We ask ICE to be available.
Dozens of citations obtained from Escondido Police reveal immigration agents are notified during traffic violations and checkpoints.
My name is Carlos Ronquillo. I'm a retired police officer with the city of San Diego, and I'm a resident of the city of Escondido.
Carlos Ronquillo witnessed a woman being detained and questioned during an Escondido checkpoint.
She didn't have a driver's license. She had a very small child with her, a little girl. I believe she was about 4 years old. Later on, I realized that the officer had made a determination that she needed to be arrested, and because she was undocumented.
I spoke with Leticia, who was stopped at the checkpoint. She asked me not to use her real name for the protection of her family. She had lived in Escondido for 10 years with her husband and U.S. citizen children.
Muy desorientada de todo lo que estaba pasando, muy confundida.
She said, I was disoriented and confused. I didn't know what was going to happen to me.
She says, I haven't done anything wrong. I just took my kids to school. I was going home. I got pulled over, and now they're going to deport me.
I had never been separated from my children before, ever.
I stayed with her all the time until she was handcuffed, put it inside the back of a patrol car, and driven away.
Leticia was deported the same day that she was pulled over at the checkpoint. Since she could not produce a driver's license, her immigration status was checked. She was separated from her family and deported to Tijuana, Mexico, where she now lives and works in a factory for $70 a week. According to Escondido Police, it is required by the Office of Traffic Safety to check for a valid driver's license at a DUI checkpoint.
It's a requirement of the grant that we do this.
You are required to ask for do a sobriety check and
a driver's license check. That's under the grant. That is a requirement for us to receive the funding to do these checkpoints.
The Office of Traffic Safety states otherwise. There is no requirement. We do not penalize a grantee for not checking a driver's license. For every drunk driver found at the checkpoints, on average, 10 unlicensed drivers are cited, and hundreds of undocumented immigrants are deported from Escondido each year. The chief of police claims that only undocumented immigrants with a criminal history are turned over to immigration authorities, but the police department refuses to release the names of deported individuals and their crimes.
They want us to stop the checkpoints because it's such an easy way to catch someone driving without a license.
The Supreme Court has tried to make clear that checkpoints should be used in a limited fashion. Escondido is misusing both state funding and the intent of these laws restricting checkpoints to conduct immigration enforcement.